For 20 years, Adiz kept a letter locked in the bottom of her wooden drawer. Not once did she open it in front of her daughter. Not once did she explain why. Until the day her daughter turned 25, the same age Adiz was when she wrote it. What was inside that letter would change everything her daughter thought she knew about her mother. This is her story. Adiz grew up in a small town outside Enugu, the third of 6 children. Her father sold fabric in the market. Her mother took in laundry. There was never much money, but there was always food on the table and laughter in the house. By 16, Adiz was known in her town for one thing: her voice. She sang in church, at weddings, at naming ceremonies. People said if she ever left for the city, she would become somebody. But life in a small town does not always let a girl become somebody. At 19, she was engaged to a man 12 years older, a decision her parents made to secure the family's future. She said yes, not because she loved him, but because she loved her family more than she loved her own dreams. 5 years into her marriage, something happened that Adiz never spoke about, not to her husband, not to her children, not to anyone. All she did was write. She wrote about the life she thought she'd have, the music career she gave up, a love she once felt for someone else, someone she was never allowed to choose. She wrote it all into a single letter, sealed it, and hid it away. She told herself, one day, when my daughter is old enough to understand a woman's heart, I will give this to her. That day would not come for 20 years. Ngozi grew up seeing her mother as steady, reliable, a woman who never raised her voice, never complained, never seemed to want anything for herself. She never once imagined her mother had a secret. When Ngozi announced she was leaving the village to chase a career in Lagos, leaving behind a marriage proposal from a good, respectable man, her mother said something Ngozi never forgot. Do not let anyone decide who you become. Not even me. Ngozi didn't understand the weight behind those words. Not yet. That night, before Ngozi left for Lagos, her mother finally opened the wooden box. Inside were the words of a 19-year-old girl, who once dreamed of singing on stages, who once loved someone she wasn't allowed to keep, who chose her family over herself, and spent every year since wondering, quietly, what could have been. Ngozi finally understood. Her mother's strength wasn't the absence of dreams. It was carrying them silently for 20 years so her daughter could have the freedom to chase her own. Ngozi kept the letter. And one day, she says, she'll write one of her own, not to hide, but to make sure her mother's sacrifice was never forgotten. Some mothers give up everything and never say a word. This is for every one of them.